Okay, hello everybody. It has been a while, a long while at that. Okay, hello everybody. It has been. Oh, it's okay. Don't do that. So yes, we are back. And the title is not clickbait. It's clickbaity as it may sound. We're going to be doing some fabric today. Okay, let's get started, I suppose. So hello everybody. So as you can see, I've just got the basic fabric MDK thing from the wiki, which is nice. It's fairly easy to do, and I didn't want to bore you guys with doing that part, so I've got this already set up. Let's remove the mix in because we can sort that stuff out later. Yeah, and obviously it's not gonna like that. There we go. So that just gets rid of, I believe, all of the errors that we could be having. Okay, yeah, we have all of that stuff as well, but that's fine. And we have assets. Wow, what a great icon that they've given us. I don't want that though. Okay. So. I hope all the audio is okay. Because obviously I haven't streamed in a while, so it could be a bit janky. So you guys will have to let me know if that's okay or not. But in the meantime, I guess we can just get started. So what my aim to do today is to basically complete all of my tutorials that I've done for Forge in Fabric. That's my goal. So we're basically going to be aiming for, actually that might be a little too ambitious. Let's see, we should be able to do items and food. That should be trivial. Blocks should be very trivial. Creative tabs trivial. Tools and armor I think are trivial. I think the only things that are going to get possibly complicated is when we get into anything that would in Forge involve capabilities, but that's what we're just gonna get started with, I guess. So I thought I pressed run client, but apparently I didn't. The output path is not specified. What? What do you mean? Well, this is a great start, isn't it? What does it mean? The output? But this? The compiler output? Yes? Sure, just go in like build or whatever, I don't really care. Does that work? Yeah, it works well enough for me. So yeah, the reason I am doing this, basically, the reason I'm touching Fabric all of a sudden, is because obviously Forge is having some stuff going on right now.
Press enter to enable the narrator.
Shut up, narrator. And I think possibly, unfortunately, Fabric might be the future of modding. So, oh, chat is not. Chat is in a weird place. I didn't think it's normally there. Let's just put it down there. There we go. We do a 1.20 enchantment tutorial. I do have it planned to come in the future, but I have so many other things that need to come first, and right now I don't have the time to be doing those things, so theoretically yes, but I'm not going to guarantee anything. Okay, well, everything, I mean, it all seems to be working, like, you know, as usual, which is a good start. I mean, I don't really expect things to be very different. From what I've heard about Fabric, it's honestly basically the same, just some weird names and stuff. I don't think there is a mod menu, right? Yeah, there's no, like, mods menu. Let's see, performance, I guess. What do I normally get? I think I get, like, about 80? Yeah, about 100. I'm not sure, maybe I don't get 80. Possibly, though. I guess I can quickly spin up a Forge one and we can do an actual comparison. Here we go. I'll load up my boot mod and we can see possibly if that's actually comparable. I mean, 120 FPS. You've got to bear in mind that's whilst I'm obviously streaming. It's pretty good, and it's quite stable, so it's like a stable 117, 118. Do I have... I don't have VSync on, right? No. Oh, I'm maxed out at 120 though. Okay, 200 FPS. I'll be real, I'm not entirely sure I get that on Forge. So as much as I do berate Fabric about its FPS stuff, I'm not entirely sure I would get that kind of performance in Forge. But I guess we can have a look. Okay, so it basically tops out. Oh, it topped out at 240 then. We'll say it averages maybe 200. Is what we're gonna say. So let's see if it does the same thing in Forge, shall we? If obviously the game wants to save. Go. Okay, what's going on here? We doing stuff? We're downloading assets, lovely. Is this not 1.20.4 then? This might not be 1.20.4, in which case that's not really a fair comparison. It's 1.20.2. Although, what happened in 1.20.3? Not much, right? And 1.20.4 was just a single change. So I think it's a fair enough comparison. If it wants to download assets, of course, which... Hello, Forge? Would you like to do that? Yeah, 1.20.3 wasn't much. What is going on here? I've never got stuck on download assets before. Which is interesting. Oh, there we go. The loading time should be basically identical. Yeah, I mean that was just as fast. That's not even comparable. Let's see. So we're looking for an FPS of about 200. I expect Forge will have a lower FPS, just naturally, just because the API is bigger. It's firing tons of events and stuff, but we'll see. I don't think it should be that that noticeable. So we'll have to see. And am I locking FPS? So we'll go unlimited. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm actually getting higher FPS on Forge. Possibly, I guess. I was in like a plains biome before, right? So... I mean, what can I say? This is actually not what I thought would happen. I will be real with you. I was fairly convinced, because this doesn't really make any sense. Like, how is this even possible that the Forge would have better performance? Like, that just doesn't really make any sense. But I guess you guys have seen it here first. And that's with some extra items in the game. I mean, look at that. I'm getting peaks of 400, 500. Like, I'm actually averaging 300 almost. Which is absurd. I mean, yeah, it's less stable, but it... Well, I wouldn't really say it's less stable. I mean, you've got to think I'm streaming, and also when you're on higher FPSs, it's always going to be less stable than like a lower FPS. Like, if I went to limit it at 60, I'm always going to have 60. But probably even more so if I turned on VESA. Yeah. Which I only have a 60 Hz monitor anyways, so you know, seeing 300 FPS doesn't do much for me. Anyways, that was an interesting test. I mean, yeah, I guess we could try create the same world and go to the same place, but I have to say that feels fairly definitive. But anyways, we're not here to do Forge today. We're here to do Fabric, people. Because I'm not sure Forge has much longer left in it. So, okay, we'll just start with items, I suppose. So I think I kind of already know... Like, I haven't done Fabric before, but I think I kind of know how it works. So I'm going to try and wing it as much as I can until I hit a roadblock. I think that's kind of going to be the best, or the most fun thing to try and do. So, I believe it's just the same as, like, how you registered stuff in 1.12. So, let me turn off Copilot, because otherwise that is just going to do it all for me. There we go. So I think it's just a new item, and then it's like a, yeah, like a fabric item settings or something. New settings? Ah, there you go, okay. And then, yeah, you just set stuff on that, right? Sure, okay, so this is also, I guess, how you would do food. So I guess we'll just make a... Okay, I always call it food in it, but I know it's not like an actual init class because you're not actually initializing anything. Well, you are initializing it, but you're not. Anyways, yeah, I mean, this is all going to be exactly the same, right? So, if I can even remember how you do food, that is, of course. Yeah, of course, the builder, isn't it? And then how do you do the hunger? Okay. Cool. And then saturation. I mean, that's exactly the same, pretty much. Wait, edible? Sure, go ahead. And then you need to build it. Of course you do. Okay. You're messing up my typing. So that's how you register an item, right? You have to do... You have to do... No. Apparently not. I was wondering if you had to set the registry name like you had to do in 112, but apparently not, which is interesting. How does it know the name? Is that when you actually register? I actually don't know how you register stuff. I know you have to do it in here. But okay, let's do that. Let's do register method. I know I'm gonna have to do something like that. I'm gonna assume you use the registry. They're just like Minecraft registry, right? And then you register, was it built-in registries or no? I always forget what they call this class because it changes all the time. There you go. Item. Oops. And then what does it want? An identifier and then an item. Okay, so just a new identifier, right, which I think it's just a resource location. I'm kind of winging this, but I think I'm actually doing it correct. I'm sure someone will tell me if I'm not. And then you just do that in, I assume, in here, because this is like the equivalent of the mod constructor. So okay, I want to registering items. Should we see if that works? I mean, it should do, right? One thing I will do, since I'm going to have to create this identifier every single time, is I'm just going to make a method that does that for me. I don't really know what to call it. I guess just like a location, or if you want to go simple, I guess just lock. That's yeah, location. String path. Then I can just do new identifier mod ID path. Does this work? I assume this works fine. Okay, I'm curious if this is going to work or not, so let's just run it. Because I mean, this is all just vanilla stuff, right? So the registry is vanilla and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. I guess I could look at the wiki as well, because I do have it open in another tab. It actually says that you should do a new fabric item settings. I wonder why. What does that do? What does this do? Oh, it's for the Fabric API, I guess. Fair enough. So wait, what does that allow you to do? Custom damage? What does that mean? Oh. Interesting. Why? Oh, because it's in item stack damage? Which doesn't call item damage? Weird. I guess that's something that Forge would have in iForge item. Interesting to know. So do we have an item? That's going to be the big question here. I didn't add it to a tab, did I? I don't know how you add things to a tab in Fabric, but I can't see it. Let's try get /give. Yeah, there you go. Wow, an item. And I assume obviously assets are going to be identical, so let's just create some of these real quick. We'll go models, and I would add textures, but I'm not. I guess I'll add textures. I'm not actually going to add any textures because I'm too lazy to make them, but we'll do it anyway. Just like that. What did we call it? Non-pre-pipe, right? Okay. Sure, so theoretically, obviously, I can reload. Does that work? Okay. Clearly not. Try and build then. Yeah, there you go. How fancy. I mean, this is fairly basic. This is just vanilla stuff, really. Let's just go model block as well, and then I'll create an item model. As well, which I assume, once again, exactly the same. Wait. Wait. I've forgotten the parent. What do you put as parent for item? Oh, right, of course. Duh. Of course, that's generated. I don't know how I forgot that. That's kind of crazy. Like, that's not even Fabric specific, and I'm forgetting it. I guess we can actually give it a Minecraft texture just to see that it works, I guess. Do that. Yeah, wow. Sample item. Okay. We're on a good start here. What's next? I guess next is just blocks. Can I actually eat this too? Yeah, good. Okay. That's a great start. So blocks, I'm fairly confident are going to be identical, basically. We'll create the register method. And I guess I could also make a method that actually registers the... Well, yeah, I mean, could do, but I guess there's no point really, is there? Like, theoretically, could I inline call this? Maybe. This does actually return the item. So maybe I could do that? But it's, I guess, a matter of, is it worth doing that? Now, is this going to be a new... Yes, it is. Okay. Good to know. Or not. It doesn't like that. Protected access, huh? Oh, fair enough. That does make sense, actually, because it's the same in forward. Yeah, I mean this is basic stuff, right? All your normal properties. I don't see anything different now. Give it a strength, I suppose. We'll go like 3.5. Oh. And 10. Learning mod.logger.info. String blocks. I mean, I think I could get used to this. Because it is so similar. Oh, I've already forgotten how you do this. Okay. And then, what is it? Registry.block? But, no, I'm forgetting already. Location, and then we'll just say example block. And then example block. Yeah, and I mean, that should work as long as I obviously go look in it. Let's just quickly view the block states. So, I always forget the block states, how you do this. No, it's variants, I believe, and then you have to give it the default variant where you say the model. I think that's correct. Can I ask why Fabric over Neoboard? Okay. Well, okay. So, yeah, I mean, it probably is going to spark drama if I talk about it, because let's just say I do not have a good relationship with the Neoforge team. For reasons that I don't really want to go into here. Which is partially the reason, but not really why. That's partially the reason why I don't want to use Neoforge, but it's not the reason I think other people shouldn't use Neoforge. Because I think other people shouldn't use Neoforge either. And that is for a different reason. The reason I would say go with Fabric over Neoforge is that Neoforge is trying to become something that it's not. So obviously they've forked Forge, right? But if you go look at their repo, right? So let's just go. One second. I'll bring this up first. Okay, so this is Neoforge, right? So it's just a fork of Forge, right? Nothing too crazy. And they've done some things, like since they, existed, I suppose. They have done some things. So they've reworked registries, and then they've reworked capabilities, and I think they're next going to do networking. But the thing is, they haven't really done much. Like, the thing that they've done is very much the same. Let me see if I can find the actual PRs that add them. I'm probably not going to be able to find it, let's be real. Because they do actually merge a lot of stuff here. But like it's mostly the same. And I think a lot of the stuff they're doing seems to be back-end kind of stuff. Now, the whole kind of motto of NeoForge, right, is that it's without Lex. Which is fair enough, right? I understand why that's a thing they want to do. But without saying any names, because I don't really want to be calling out people, they don't exactly have anyone, or they don't exactly have people that are much better than Lex in terms of the stuff Lex says, or the attitude Lex has, I should say. I mean, that's basically the crux of it, really. Like, they're trying to get away from Lex, but they have a lot of people that are very similar to Lex in terms of attitude to things. So, I don't know, take that as you will. Obviously, I have a bias because I already have problems with some of the team members, but it's up to you. I just think Fabric has more potential because, you know, it's already been around for a while. It's quite popular, and something I've heard about quite recently, if I can find it, I'm going to try and find it, is that you can actually run Fabric mods on Forge, which sounds crazy, right? But there's this mod right here, I don't know how you say it, and this actually lets you run Fabric mods on Forge, which is very, very interesting. And they do actually seem to work with like the majority of mods, which is pretty cool. I can't lie. But yeah, there's that as well, I guess. What's this? Realms? God, why don't they just remove this Realms error? It's not hard for them to write a simple mixin that could do that, I feel like. Like, it's just this line right here. Hello? Why don't... Oh, I haven't run... That's actually a good point. I haven't run Gen Sources yet. Which I should probably... Oh, I haven't registered a block item either. Okay. So, what I actually need to do is I need to do Gen Sources. And then I can actually view the vanilla code. I spent the past month developing a Forge mod, don't do it. I mean, for now, I would recommend just stick with whatever you're on, right? I'm still developing stuff for Forge, the stuff that I am actually doing, which isn't much if I'm being honest. I'm still sticking with Forge until something happens, really. Which will be 1.21. We'll see what happens with 1.21, because that's going to be the deal breaker. Nothing's going to happen until then. So, yeah, we'll see. But for now, I would just stick with whatever you're used to. Maybe consider learning Fabric, just in case. Even if you're not intending to, you know, stick with Fabric full time, you can always go multi-loader. That's always an option. So, it's up to you. Why Minecraft doesn't use functional programming? I mean, they do. Like, I guess... I mean, you've got to consider that, like, a lot of stuff in Minecraft is old code, Like, it hasn't been touched in a long time, so functional programming didn't exist. They only switched to Java 8 in 1.16.5, I think it was, or was it 1.16.4? I'm not sure. Either way, I think it was 1.16.5. So it wasn't that long ago, really. But some things are functional. For example, codecs. If you look at codecs, and these are actually com.mojang stuff, not Minecraft stuff, technically. But this is all functional, so they don't not have functional stuff. You can register items inline. Okay, that's good to know. Certain things are weird on Fabric. My mod uses some custom OBJ models. Yeah, I mean, that is obviously going to be the thing with Fabric. You're going to need library mods for a lot of things, right? I believe, like, for energy, you need a library. Let's see if I can actually find what that is, because I am going to be using that, ideally today. Is it Tech Reborn, or... I assume it is. Yeah, I assume you use this, right? And I assume fluids also exist? Oh, is fluids actually in, like... Oh, it's built in. Interesting. What about, I assume they have item, like an item storage API, or... Interesting, okay. Okay, I mean, this looks fairly similar, I would say. Maybe a little bit more verbose than Forge, but... Okay. Anyways, right, I've got to register the block item as well, right? So I guess this is actually a scenario where I would create a method to do that. So I'll do like block string name, and then basically this. So a bit of a name, and then the block. And then also do the same. What it might be worth doing in that case is doing the same thing here. So static. Making this generic as well wouldn't be a bad idea. Just see if I can get this to work first, and then if it does, that's great. If it doesn't, that's very unfortunate. I think it should. So we'll go string. I guess the name first kind of makes more sense. go. We'll do that and then name and item. Now return. Does that work? Seems to. Which means I can do this, right? So example item. And then you basically get to a point where it's identical to Forge. Just without the deferred register and stuff, which is actually not that bad. So I'm just going to copy this real quick. And I'm going to say register block. And then I'll just put register block in here. So register block. Block. I'm going to switch it around. Block, which actually this needs to be generic too, and it needs to be returned, of course. So go T, no, not item, silly me, and then return it. So that seems fine. And then this needs to be the same thing. We'll go string name T block, and then we'll just return. No, we'll go block. No, we'll go T block. Or okay, how would you do this? T registered is equal register block, I guess, and then block. And then we registered the item. So item init dot register item name new block item, which takes in the registered block and then the settings, and then return registered. There might be a better way to do that, but I think that probably works fine, right? So example block, and no, I don't need to do that in here. Don't even need that anymore, right? And I don't need that anymore. But I would still need to initialize. I would still need to static init the classes, right? So I guess I am actually going to have to just have an empty static method, which I'm not a huge fan of. Okay, so basically this is what we've got, right? So I am going to, unfortunately, I think, need a static void init or something like that, and then do that in here too, and then basically instead of register, doing init and then block init. And I think that should basically work. Let's try. And I'll just do the block model as well while I'm at it. So. Okay, that, and then parent Minecraft block equal textures. What should we go with for the texture? Should we just go with dirt? I think dirt will do. So nice and simple. And then we'll just make an item model for it too, which just needs to parent, of course. So block. Now that I think of it, did I And then, yeah, that's fine. And then obviously it's the same in here, so block dots learning more example block. Okay. Should we oops, I just did gen sources again. We'll see if this works. I think it should do. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't. And then we'll have a look at creative tabs, because I think those are going to be a bit different. Let's see. So I have no idea how to do creative tabs, so I am actually going to look at the wiki for that. Here we go. Okay, that actually looks relatively simple to do creative tabs. Is this done yet? Also, why is this using CFR? Bro, that is so cringe. Gen Sources is using CFR by default. That's crazy. And this is gonna take forever, bro. Can I just cancel this? Oh, never mind. Actually didn't take that long. Okay. What I wanted to do, of course, was run the client. Not that. Whilst that's doing that, let's create a item group init. And I believe it's, from what I've seen, exactly the same. So we're going to want a public static void init. And then a public static. Doesn't really need to be generic, but I'll make it generic anyways. T register item group. String name item group E item group. I believe it's like this, right? Let me just have a look at the wiki again. That is something I do like about Fabric. They do have a very nice wiki. I cannot lie. Registry.register, registries, item group. Then the name, of course, so learning more dot location name item group. And just return it. I believe that's all you need to do. Let's check if this block is in the game first, though. Oops. There we go. Wow, a block. How fantastic. Lovely. That wasn't too hard, right? So, let's add a item group as well, because I think this is going to be very simple. Basically the same as Forge, luckily. So, example group is equal, what was it, a new fabric item group. There you go. Wasn't it like a builder? Did I misread the wiki, or did I misremember the wiki? It is a builder, yeah. Oh, or not? Maybe the wiki is wrong. Oh. What the hell is going on here? How do you create an item group then, people? Fabric item group. Ah, it's the wrong import. Interesting. So fabric item group dot builder. Builder, there you go. And obviously this needs to be wrapped in the register item group. So let's try this then. So you do the display name. Okay, which requires text, which translatable. Translatable text content? No. Translatable option? Or is it just text? Ah, text, okay. So we'll go text.translatable, which will just be the learning mod dot location example group. Oh, it doesn't like that. Right, of course, that's true. We can just do toString. It doesn't like that either. Alright, because I haven't built the builder, that's all. Okay. And then we can do the entries, which should be fairly simple. So I'm thinking just registries.item, and I think you can get the entries, right? Or yeah, you can stream. And if I just filter, can you get the name? No. How do you do this then? Because I guess I need to find a way to get the name. Let's see what registry.register does. So register, here we go. Oh, right, of course. So the registry keys. You can get the keys, okay. So, ideally, in that case, I need to find a way to find all of the entries basically with my mod ID. How would I do that then? Okay, so I can get the keys, and then I can screen the keys, I can filter the keys. So I can filter the key get value dot namespace equals my mod ID. And then, I don't know, I can like toList it or something. It does not really matter. So this would give me a list of registry key of item. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this because this is quite absurd. But I'm thinking that then I just do registries dot item dot get entry by that key. So key dot for get entry by the key. So then I can just do entries dot add that dot as we can just say or else row. And then I think it needs the default stack. Wait, does it need the default stack? No, it doesn't, because it does that later. So I guess this works. I feel like there must be a better way to do that though. So if anyone knows a better way to do that, please let me know. I guess actually what you could do... Okay, there is actually an easier way to do this, now that I think about it. So if I then map this to registries.item.get entry from the key, right? I have the key already. I get the entry, and then I can just filter to say that the optional is present, and then I can, for each of them, say entries add. Wait, what have I done wrong here? Right, fair enough. So for each, then we do entry.add. Wait, why is it an optional? Oh, because... okay. Right, because then I need to map the optional like that, which it still doesn't like because that's a reference. Okay, instead of filtering then, I'm just going to say with the optional, I'm just going to say optional dot or else row dot value, and then we add it like that, which can now be a method reference. I doubt there's an easier way to do that. All you need there is just the key of the item group. What? No, I don't. No, because you need to give it the entries, you know? Which, yeah, that can also be a lambda. Fair enough. And then, yeah, I guess you can give it an item, an icon. Fair enough. Which, what does it want? A supplier? Did that say? Supplier. Interesting. Sure. So, item minute, example item, get the box there. Nice. Anything else I could add? special. What the hell does that do? I don't know. Okay, should we try this? I think let's try this. I'm gonna add it to the lang first. So I think it's just gonna be example group. What did I call it? Yeah, example group. I think that's all it should be. Shall we see? Only one way to find out if it's going to work. That didn't work because I forgot to call init. Oops, dot init. Silly me. Do you use an icon pack for your IDE? Probably. I don't know. I'm just using a theme. So I guess it's whatever the theme does. Oh, I do have atom material icons apparently. I didn't know that. Bro, this stupid AI assistant. I swear to God I uninstalled that and it's still here. That is disgraceful, I tell you. I am quite offended. Thank you, Heads. Thank you for letting me know. Wow, look, it worked. Oh right, of course, that needs to be a colon. Well, those build times are nice. The fact that it doesn't use Gradle to rebuild the project, it is very nice, I will admit, because it's so much faster. Okay, well, that was fairly simple, right? That was quite simple, if you ask me. The next thing is tools and armor. So I guess we can speedrun doing that, because that should be easy. I don't really see how that wouldn't be easy, but those might be famous last words. So we'll go... Should we start with tools, or should we start with armor? Let's start with tools. We'll go with the sword item. Example sword is register item. Example sword. Oops, I'm gonna have to get used to not doing a supplier after that. That's gonna take me a while. That needs a tool material, of course, so okay, we'll do an attack damage, no 10. I never know what to put for these values, to be honest, so there we go. And then it's just going to be the same for the other tools, right? So I'm going to make Copilot do that for me because I'm lazy. Come on, Copilot. Hello? Copilot? Are you okay? What the flip? Okay, it is alive, it's just ignoring me. Which is not very nice, is it? It's also giving me completely incorrect suggestions. Lovely. What is it doing? Why? Oh, okay. Fair enough. I see how it is. There you go. Bro, what is it doing? It doesn't do this on Forge. It will actually do the whole thing for me. Okay. It's fine. There you go. See, now it's doing it. God damn. That's why. Okay. Example tool materials. Let's create that. Now I'm going to turn Cobalt off because now it doesn't know what it's doing. Let's look at tool material. Does fabric have a tool material class or no? I'm going to assume not. Okay, it doesn't. That's good to know. Why do I still not have the sources, bro? Yeah, those please. Bruh. Okay. This is very disrespectful. Okay, implement the methods then. Go on then. Okay, we've got int durability. We've got a float mining speed. Oops. What else? We have a bunch of floats, don't we? Yes. Mining level and enchantability. And then we have a repair ingredient. Oops, that should be fine, I think. Okay. Once again, hopefully Cobalt can actually do this part for me. Yes, it can. Nice. Saves a wincy little bit of time, so I'll take it. And it can do the constructor too? Yes, it can. Lovely. Thank you. This could probably be like a no, I guess it couldn't be a record. Could it be an enum? Could enums implement interfaces? I forget, to be honest. Let's see. Where do you do the? You do that at the top, right? Ah, they can. Got about that. Okay. Sure, you do that for me, Copilot. That would be very helpful. So 10 durability? Really? Come on now. We'll go like 200. I don't know. Mining speed 1.5. Sure. Attack damage 10. Sure. Mining level 10. No. 4 will do. Enchantability, I don't know, like 70. Okay. Yeah, I mean that should work, right? Nice. That was quite simple. Basically the same as Forge, really, wasn't it? So I'll take that. Armor is going to be exactly the same. I'll let Copilot do that for me too, because it is literally the same. There we go. And then we need the armor material too, which can once again be an enum. Okay, and it needs the methods. Yeah, because it needs an array for that, right? So it needs the durability, and it needs the protection, like that, and then enchantability, quick sound. Yep, you can do that for me too. Prepare ingredient, nice. Name, nice. Toughness, knockback resistance, nice. Good stuff. Do this dot durability, and then we'll do height dot. Is it the ordinal? I think it's the ordinal. Yeah. Nice. 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 Okay. For the name, I'm actually going to do learning mod dot location, and then I'm going to pass in the name to string. And then also this needs the constructor, of course. That. If I can do that for me, yes. So that's durability, protection, enchantability, sure. Let's give it a quick sound too, which is sound events. We'll go with turtle, sure. Do I want to put all these on a new line? Not really, no. Okay. So that should work. It doesn't like that, apparently, because it wants a type, which is the boots. Okay, yeah, actually, okay, that's quite annoying, but it's fine. I see. Okay, it wants helmet, chest plate, leggings, boots. Okay, that makes sense. Is that it? I think so. Oh, do I have to do all of the things for it? I'm not doing that. As you can see by this, even if nothing else, you can see that I am very lazy. And I don't want to have to do that. So what I'm going to do, because it's exactly the same, is I'm just going to copy this from my tutorial mod, the JSON stuff. Models, so there we go. So axe, boots, chest plate, leggings, hoe. Yeah, okay. And I believe these should be the fine. Oh no, because this is tutorial mod. That's the only thing. But that's okay. All of these for all of them. Luckily, this is something that persists between the two versions, so keeps it nice and simple, doesn't it? Okay, and then I'll do the same in here. So start with the sword, then the pickaxe, yeah, then the axe, helmet, just like begging boots. Nice. Okay. I'll put in the textures so we don't have to deal with missing textures too. I wish it didn't do that. I wish it didn't do the whole textures.item. Quite annoying. Need, what's it, models armor? I always forget. Yeah. I'll copy them in instead of dragging them in. Nice, and then also the tools and armor. There we go. Okay. Can we have a look? See if this works. No reason why it shouldn't, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it all worked. What is there to say, you know? I suppose if I'm going to have all these textures for all the tools and stuff, I might as well put in the textures for the example item and example block too. Just because otherwise it's a bit weird. So I'll plonk those in as well. Paste, hello, paste, there we go. And I'll do that. Oops, that's in the model. Silly me. Learning mod item. Nice, and then basically the same thing with the block. So learning block. Put that in too. There we go. Okay, let's give it a build and then reload. Nice, so that's in. The item didn't work, question mark. Why? That would be why. Oops, accidentally screenshot. Nice. Nice and simple. I love how some things with microphoning is simple. Then you get to searching for a valid. I mean, that's fairly simple, right? In fact, I'm pretty sure Vanilla already does that for the Nether. So, like, where is it? No, it's not. I know what the Forge class is called, but I don't know what it's called in Fabric. It's like teleport or something. I don't know. So I'm sure there's a method that does it. Where's the code for entering the portal, bro? Am I blind? Oh yeah, there you go. Set in Nether portal. I don't know. I don't know where stuff is in Fabric, so But yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be that hard. I think I've even done that before in a tutorial, you know, in maybe 1.12. Anyways, what's next? Ore generation. Oh, I guess let's just check if this works. Don't see why it wouldn't. Yep, that worked. Nice. Nice and simple tools. I mean, there's no reason why those wouldn't work, really. Yep, they're hand-nailed. All good. Okay. Ore generation. I think it's going to be a pain. Or, actually, I want to try something then with ore generation. I want to see if I can literally copy my forge stuff for it or not. I know, or at least I don't believe Fabric has biome modifiers, so I'm not sure how you actually add the ore. Do that. So what I will just have to do, of course, is rename these. So learning mod, like that. These should be exactly the same. There's no reason why these would be any different whatsoever. And then let's go into these as well. So learning mod, there we go. Now I have to look at the wiki for biome modifiers. Oh, it does have biome modifiers? I'll have a look at the wiki anyways. Data gen, world gen, generating custom ores. Here we go. Oh, they do have a biome modification API. Is it the same? I can't imagine it's the same. Oh, you actually have to do it in code? Okay. I guess that's doable. I can do that. Sure. In that case, I can justify making an init class for it, even though, yeah, and it's only for the registry keys, I guess. But like, let's give it a Copilot then. Okay, so registry key of place, and this will be example or registry key dot of registry keys based feature, and then it's going to be learning mod location example overworld, or I think is what it should be. Let me check. Overworld example or, so it's slightly the wrong way around, but close enough. And then that's going to be exactly the same for the Nether and the end. So you can come back, Copilot. There we go. Then public static void register, which is going to be biome modifications, add feature, biome selectors, found in Overworld. Generation step dot feature dot underground ores. Okay. And an example Overworld. And hopefully once again Copilot can do the other for me. Which it can. Lovely. Let's register that. So I modify init register, and then I actually have to register the blocks, of course. Very important. So, oops. Example or is that what I called it, or is that? The configured feature, of course. Yes, example or and then deep slate. Is it going to do deep slate? No. There you go. Deep slate, and then we need the nether one, please. And then the end one. Nice. I don't have textures for these, I believe. So we'll just have to go about textures, but I mean that's fine. Yeah, I don't have textures for those. I mean, actually, I do have textures in like 118, 119 maybe. Yeah, 119 I think I did, but I can't be bothered to go and get those, so we're not doing that. I think that's it, isn't it? Unless I've obviously missed something, but only one way to find out. And then what's after ores? Let's have a look. After ores, it is recipes, but those are going to be identical, so I've not even got to touch those. And then it's just living entities, which should be identical as well, but we'll do one anyways, just because we've done items and blocks too. I should have loaded into a new world, shouldn't I? It's fine. We can teleport away, so. And we'll go a little bit far away. We'll go 50 just in case. Have I done that wrong? Yes. Okay, now I've got to find it, which will be possibly quite painful. Let's give myself night vision. Sure. Did I specify any specific biome? I don't think so, right? I just said in Overworld. There you go. There's some. That was nice and simple, wasn't it? And then does that work in Deep Slate too? Presumably, oops. Presumably this will be Deep Slate. That's not Deep Slate. I guess we're on the boundary. Come on, give me some Deep Slate stuff. Actually not seeing any, that's interesting. I think I made it brighter the lower you go down though, to be fair. Maybe I didn't even make it generate deep slate. That's possible. I don't really remember. Because I assume this isn't. Let's have a look. Placed feature. Oh, well, here we go. Minimum -40. It is in trapezoid. So should be fine. Let's have a look at the name here. So deep slate example 4. Is that what I called it? Ah, that's not what I called it. Okay. And then I assume these are also going to be wrong then, right? So is that never? Yeah. Good to know. Silly mistakes like that. And it doesn't tell you. I mean, I'm sure if I looked in the log somewhere it would say, but I'm too lazy to do that. There we go. Oops, I didn't want to load. God damn it. Okay. I didn't want to load into the same world again, but it's fine. We'll just go another 100,000 blocks away. Okay, can we see any? Let's see. I can't see any. Maybe... Ah, there's some. Which should be deep slate. I keep accidentally screenshotting. That's not what I want to be doing, but oh well. Let's set the rock to Nether portal. Hello? I thought it was meant to be instant in creative. Okay, what requirements did I set for the Nether? I'm not sure. I don't remember if I think I made it either low down or high up. I don't remember which. We'll check high up, because I think I would have probably done high up instead of low down. Let's have a look, because I'm not entirely sure. So from 0 to... Oh, so from an absolute of 0 to below top of 0. Interesting. What did I set the... I set it to only Netherrack. That's interesting. So I should be able to find it pretty much anywhere. But I'm not seeing it. Because what while I'm not... Yeah, I'm at 55. Oh, but this could be... Could this be old generation? No, I don't think so. I'll go into a new world anyways, just in case, because I'm not entirely sure. I mean, let's just see. Never example or it's correct, right? Wait. Wait, never is this way round. Bruh. God damn it. Why did I do myself like that? ended. Okay. But why did I have to make it that complicated? I don't know. But hey, this isn't going that bad so far. Obviously we haven't gotten to any of the complex stuff yet, but so far, it's really... I just did it again. Gosh damn it. So far, it's been fine. We're gonna have to go another 100,000 blocks away. Should be able to see it pretty much instantly, I think. Yep, there you go. Nice and simple. And then let's go to the end. So snap lock. End portal. Obviously, I will have to go create it. Go, and then boom, it's in the end as well. Nice. Okay, so that's ore generation. Pretty simple, if you ask me. So I'm now going to. I just guess I don't need to delete that well. But okay, next step is just entities. Now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and copy the actual model so that I don't have to waste time creating a model, because that's not very fun to do. And we'll just go with an animated one, just to keep it simple, I think. We'll go client and we'll go model. Oops, is that not right? Client model. Example. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I assume, are these all going to be different names? I think so. Like, I assume this is model layer identifier or something. Oops, model. Yeah. Entity model layer? Maybe? Let's try it, I guess. So I'll do learning mod docs location. That seems to be correct. I think hierarchical model is something different. I'm probably not going to be doing the reviewing mods again. Just because didn't get many submissions for mods that people wanted reviewed, so what is the layer definition? Mesh definition? Mesh. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at something vanilla here. Let's go with the pig model. What the flip? Textured model data? I guess so. So is that what that is? And then that's a dilation? Or wait, what? Okay, maybe the pig isn't the best example. Let's look at something somewhat new. Maybe the warden. Okay, so textured model data, that was correct, and then it's just model data for this. That's the model data. And then that's our model part data, so do that. And then Cube List Builder is a model part builder. Okay. And then Cube Deformation is a model transform? No, that's a model transform. And it's not offset, it's pivot. Which does make more sense, to be fair. X offsets is UV, which is fairly simple. And then add box is cuboid. Okay. Once again, fairly simple. And this is of. This is just add child. Fair enough. And then what is the cube deformation then? I'm not sure what a cube deformation is. Let's look at something else, like axolotl. Is it a dilation? Might be a dilation. Yeah, okay, that makes sense because that's like a dilation. I guess that makes sense. Get all parts, which is what? So that's reset transform. So what is get all parts then? Traverse. I guess that makes sense. So what is the animate method then? I'm not sure. I think I would have to look at. Yeah, so we go quadruped, and then it's animal model. Is it just animal model then? Might be an animal model for hierarchical. There's still no animate method though. Does anyone know what the animate method is in I guess once again I can put vanilla, can't I? Let's look at the camel. So you got animate movement and then update animation. Okay. So that would be update animation. And then this would be animate movement. And a pose stack is it just a matrix stack in Fabric? Yeah, okay. And then a vertex consumer. I don't know what a vertex consumer would be. Oh, it is just a vertex consumer. Fair enough. Okay, let's remove some janky imports here because those don't need to be here. So, animal model. Setup anim presumably is not called setup anim. Let's find out what that's called. It's called animate model. Model. And then is that just render? Render, and then root is going to be what is root going to be? Let's have a look. Okay, I don't think this is what I'm looking for. I don't think animal model is right. Let's see. Composite entity model? That sounds about right. No. 5 inheritors? No, that's not right. Okay, let's look at I wanted to look at the model again. So let's say single part entity model. Yeah, that's going to be it. Single part entity model. There you go. So then the root is probably just going to be like single part or parts or something like that. Yeah, get parts. There you go. I know that I could probably just use official mappings and this would be a lot easier, but a bit late. It doesn't like this. I assume that's just because it doesn't know what this is, which is fine. So let's create a new package for entity. Let's do that as well. Which is just going to extend. Well, what do we want to extend? Shall we just extend mob? Mob is not mob entity. We need to make that public. There you go, and then what is this going to be? Idle. You've got limb animator. What's the animation things? What does this even require? An animation state. Okay, let's have a look. Does this have an animation state? No. Does this have an animation state? Oh, these have unmapped fields. That's not very nice. Limb animate. Animal entity is a passive entity, which is a path aware, which is a mob. Okay. So what's going on here then? I'd say we've hit a little bit of a stopping point, haven't we? Because there's no idle animation state. And apparently this isn't a thing. is inside water or bubble pond. Okay. Oh, is idle animation state something I created? It's probably something I created, isn't it? I'm gonna have a look. I bet it is. Okay, I got ads. Because, yeah, I think it is actually. So, private animation state, idle animation state. Bro, I got 2 30-second unskippable ads. Why would they do that to me? Okay, idle animation state is a new animation state. Yeah, so we've got this constructor. We're going to need to probably register some goals. Yeah, I think so. Okay, register goals, I assume. Nope, okay. Goals. Init goals, fair enough. Yes, that makes sense. We'll go with the egg for those. I'm just going to add the normal goals to keep it nice and simple. I don't want it to be breedable. And I'll go item in goals, example item. It doesn't like this because this needs to be a path aware entity, I think. Interesting. Go. This doesn't like that either because this needs to be an animal entity. Who knew? Okay, and that's also going to want the breeding off breed thing. Yeah, that's fine because that's fairly easy to do, really, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll just do that, and I'm going to want another constructor, which will just be the world and the YT. There you go, and then we'll set position. And the entity type is going to be, well, we haven't done this yet, but I assume it will be nothing special. Make entity. There we go. Just do that. And then corners and breeding. Sure. And then return it. Okay, and then what else? We're gonna need to actually do the animations, of course. I'm basically just following my own tutorial here and just converting it to fabric. To yarn, I should say. Be like world, which would be probably, I assume, get world. Yeah. It's client. Nice and simple. Run or update. Apparently there's one with a boolean and an integer, but that doesn't seem to be correct, does it? Unless oh no, there is. I'm done. So not is in water, and not this walk animation. I assume there is a walk animation. Move, or what was it called? I forgot. Where mob was it in here? No, it must have been in living then. Limb animator, that's it. Just got limb animator. Is limb moving? And then just say this dot ticks existed or something, if I remember correctly. And it's tick count in motion maps, so I can probably just use age, right? Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Ugh. We also need the attributes, don't we? And the spawn rules. I don't know how you do those, but let's register this first. I think is probably a good idea. So we'll go entity type. Let's actually create that method. So public static entity type. We'll go extends entity type of question mark. Actually, can I just do extends entity? And then go T there, and then go register. Entity type of T. Oh, actually, that's true, because then I can build like that. That's fair enough. Let's choose entity type. There you go. Does that work for me? New, and then what does it want? It wants a spawn group. Does make more sense. That is what it is. And once again, I'm going to need to do the whole like generic stuff with this. So I think is like that, or is it? I always forget. Is it there? Yeah, it's there. Okay. Nice. And then the size will be something else. I assume it's going to be like shadow, no, dimension. There you go. Okay. We're making it places. We're making it places. And this is also going to need init like that. So we can do that here. Type init.init. Nice. Okay, let's try and do the attributes. I'm probably going to have to look at the wiki for this one though, so let's go and do that. Okay, adding an entity. Okay. So, I believe that it's the same thing. Entity attributes. And I assume that has like a builder or something. Nope, not that. Let's see. What should we go into? Let's go into the. Oh. Let's see if we can find those attributes in here. Here you go. Default attribute container. Bit of a weird name, isn't it? There we go. That'll do. Good enough for me. And then we're also going to want the spawn thing, but worry about that in a second. And I'm actually going to do this in here. So fabric default attribute registry register. There you go. Go create attributes, which I think is this one. Nice. Okay, and then I think it's going to be registering the renderer. Let me just see the. Okay, I can't find. Wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, let's do the renderer first then. So apparently I need a client mod initializer for that, which is interesting. So I guess I have to make two main classes technically, like this. Implements client mod initializer, and apparently we need to use environment env type.client. Okay. Uninitialize client. Fair enough. And then that uses entity renderer registry register entity type init dot example animated entity context, and then a new renderer which takes in that context, which I guess means I can just do this. Some kind of new. Okay, let's create that. So new package client renderer. Mob entity renderer. Will be that. Don't think this is generic, right? No. What does this need? Set angles. This is set angles, is it? It is. Entity dot. Why doesn't it like that? Oops. Oh, and I haven't done the animation. animation too, but that's easy peasy. I can do that in a second. So what does this want? This just wants to get texture, which is fine, and then it also wants a constructor. So that's going to be that, basically, which is okay. And then you make this 5, but it doesn't really matter. And then the texture is just going to be as usual. Location, there we go. And then textures, entity, example animated entity. That's fine. I'm going to grab that texture as well, so I don't have to make it again. There we go. Okay, and then return that, so return texture. Actually, that can be a single line, can't it? Yes, it can. That's nice. And then I also need to register the layer thingy. How do I do that? Entity model layer registry, apparently. No. The model. Oh, let's rename that then, sure. There you go. And then I need to do the animations, of course. But I think that's all the client stuff. Apparently I need to add this to the entry point as well. Question mark. In here. Entry points, there you go. Learning model clients. Okay, that's that. And then finally is the animation. Which I'm gonna just once again get for myself from my own code. There we go. Okay, these imports aren't going to be right, of course, but okay. Let's look at camel animations. So this is just an animation. That's just an animation. And the web length is just create. And then add animation is just add bone animation. Okay, and then oh, I'm losing that. That's just a new transformation. which means this is also transformation. So let's just panel and replace it with transformation. There we go, and then target.position is just translate. And then keyframe animations is what? Oh goodness gracious. Interpolations, I believe. Would that be correct? No, that would not be correct. Oh, I've already got interpolations there. Okay, that's fine then. So what is keyframe animations then? Dr. Grevek. Maybe animation helper? Dot. Ooh. Oh dear. No, it can't be that, I don't think, then. Could it be that? Damn, it could be. I don't see anything else. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So... Right. So this would be animation helper dot create rotational, and then posvec would be animation helper dot create the translate one. Translation, here we go. And then, what was the other one? Scale back, which would be what scale then? Create scaling. Okay, we have some errors here. What's going on? What's going on there? That's wrong, first of all. But what else is wrong? Yeah, this is just a vanilla animation system. But it's a bit of a mess, apparently. I don't know what I've done wrong here. What have I done wrong here? It's got to be a bracket thing, or... Well, no, because it's erroring here. Why is it erroring here? Oh, I must have accidentally deleted a line. Just go back before I did that. So, yeah. Let me just see if I can find that line in my own code. And then I can see what was there. Oh, I think my internet is dying. That's not very good, is it? Or maybe GitHub is just dying. Hopefully it's the latter. Oh, doesn't look to be the latter, does it? Well, the stream is still up, isn't it? You guys can still see the stream, I think. So maybe GitHub is down. Nope, it's back. Okay, that's weird. Anyways. Okay, let's find out what this is. So we go translate linear, linear, and then it's after that. So linear, linear, and then it should just be a pos back. Apparently. Wait, this isn't right. What the hell is going on here? Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just doing the basic stuff. I'm basically trying to go through all of my tutorials. Or at least that's the plan. So we're currently up to animated entities. I'm probably not going to go much further because I'm finding out that it's very similar. I kind of expected it to be at least a little bit different, but it's like not. So it's good to know, I suppose. Well, yeah, I mean, sure, I could start out with mixins, but like, I don't need to do mixins. I can do mixins whenever I want in Forge, so I wouldn't come to Fabric just to do mixins. And I think that's actually a lot of the reason why people probably shouldn't go to Fabric, because they think it's just for mixins, which is not a great idea. What did I need to do after that? So I registered the renderer. I registered the layer definition, which, what do they call again? Model layers, right? Is that it? I believe so. Now, the wiki doesn't mention spawning stuff, like entity spawning. At least from what I can find. Let me see if I can find it. Natural spawning. Is this it? Natural spawning. Here we go. Oh no, that's the old one apparently. So that's 119.3. That's probably fine. You started modding on Fabric before Forge. What? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Because mixins existed before Fabric existed. So I'm a little bit confused what you mean by that. Like mixins, like Forge had mixins in like Maybe they came out around the same time. I don't actually remember exactly when Mixins came out compared to when, because Fabric was obviously like late 1.13. No, late. I guess maybe like mid 1.13. I mean, yeah, it hasn't always had it built in. That's true. That was only 1.17. I don't remember. I'm no good with versions. Which version was what? Because there's too many changes nowadays. But, I mean, I've written hundreds of mixins in my time, and I don't use Fabric yet, so I would definitely not consider them anywhere near as exclusive to Fabric as people make them sound like they are. Okay, I guess I'm gonna try this. I have a feeling I've missed something, but I couldn't tell you what it is, so... I mean, I haven't done a spawn egg, but, like, yeah. Looks like spawn eggs are just the same. Oh, God, I'm tired. Okay. Sure, let's do this. Because, yeah, we can't test natural entity spawning. It is a bit weird that they don't have anything like that on the wiki. Sure, we'll just spawn it in the end. It doesn't really matter. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it works. I mean, I knew it was going to work, but like, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. It just works. So far what I've learned is that really, Fabric is just Forge. It's really not that much different, actually. Surprisingly much so than I thought. Which is really interesting. I mean, granted, I haven't done capabilities yet. Or any of that whole, like, transfer stuff. And that looks quite verbose, so I can't say I'm excited to do that. Especially since that's kind of the thing I do in most of my mods. So, yeah, that will be interesting. Yeah, you stupid dragon. Look at that. Okay, why can I not hit it? Flip. Why can I not hit it? What the hell? Game? It's being a bit weird, but there you go. Yeah, I'm not sure about this whole capability thing. I am quite interested to see. I mean, it looked relatively simple when I looked at the not simple. It looks similar when I looked at the wiki. Let me see if I can find it again, shall I? Yeah, here we go. So this just implements inventory, but you're not meant to do it that way, right? Is that right? You're not meant to do it that way? I'm pretty sure you're not meant to do it that way. Did they not even... Okay, where... Where is it? This is the thing I don't like about the Fabric Wiki. Everything is kind of just hidden on the side here in a massive blob of text, and it's hard to find anything. Here you go. And then this. Yeah, so I mean it looks relatively similar, I would say. And then fluids too look relatively similar. And then obviously energy, you have to use the thing, right? The Tech Reborn thing. This. And what does this look like? It looks relatively similar, once again, I would say. But it does just look more verbose. Like a lot more boilerplate, for really no reason. Which I'm not a huge fan of, because Forge itself already has tons of boilerplate on this. What the hell is this? What the hell is that? Oh, you can't simulate. Bruh? Okay, I'm not a fan of that. I might have to write my own energy API. Okay. Interesting. That's good to know. That looks like it's not going to be very fun then. Right. But why is it using a try with resources, bro? Like, that seems unnecessary. That just seems like poor, like, backend. Like, what is this? God, this line right here looks like the new Neoforge thing. Not a fan of that. It sounds interesting, but it honestly sounds like just a worse implementation. But I don't know. Oh, you're right. This is made by Technician, which is indeed the guy that's now on Neoforge, isn't it? In fact, isn't... I think I've seen him on the Forge Discord recently too. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but I think I have. Okay, Discord doesn't want to let me search apparently, but... Oh, right, because I'm in stream mode, aren't I? I'm sure I've seen him there recently. Maybe it was someone else with just a very similar name. Okay, I'm not going to be able to find him, even if he is there. Anyways, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Like, why? That just seems so unnecessary. But I'm also not a fan of Neoforge's new capability stuff either, so it's a lose-lose situation. But it is what it is. Anyways, I think that's probably enough for this stream. I did just want to say, before I end the stream, because I'm not sure when I'm actually going to get the video out on this thing that I want to talk about. Fun bit of trivia for you, I guess, is I'm actually making my own mod loader. So I'm not going to go through all the details, but if you are interested, then you can join my Discord server, which is linked in the description. And we do have a channel for it, so feel free to discuss it in there. Because that's the whole thing that's happening. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Overall, in conclusion, it's pretty similar, apart from this stuff, which I haven't touched yet, and maybe I'll do another stream tomorrow, or I don't know, some point this weekend, maybe. Maybe I will look at this, which I feel like is probably going to cause me lots of pain and suffering, but who knows. But yeah, that's basically my conclusion on this. Do I think you should switch to Fabric instead of Forge? Maybe. I mean, once again, as I said at the start, I think it really depends on what happens from 1.21 going forward from there. If Forge dies, then, well, you basically have your two options of Fabric and Neoforge, which I've said why I don't recommend Neoforge. I'm not going to go over that again. But I would say Fabric looks like a decent option, a decent alternative. Which I never thought I would say. Well, actually, I've never really had anything against Fabric. I've just had problems with, once again, I guess, the team of Fabric, because, yeah. Well, what can you expect from a mod loader team? It never seems to end well, does it? But anyways, that's going to be it for this stream. I guess I will answer that question. Tutorials for mod loader or architecture? The answer is probably no. In terms of tutorials, I mean, once again, I have a video kind of talking about this, which hopefully will come out soon. I don't know. I have a lot of uni work at the moment, so I'm not sure I'm going to actually release that soon or not. But essentially, I'm not sure whether tutorials are even going to continue. Once again, it very much depends on what happens from 1.21. Yeah, I'll let you know when the time comes, basically, because there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and I'm definitely not going to start a new series on multi-loader or anything, because that's quite complicated. But anyways, that's going to be it for this stream, because we've been going for a while, and yeah, I will see you in the next stream, whenever that will be. Maybe this weekend, maybe not this weekend, I don't know, but I will see you there. So